Welcome to Short Story Studios. This segment is Top 10 of America. Not all U.S. presidents are missed once they leave the White House. U.S. News averaged the results of 3 major presidential polls to make its own list of America's worst presidents. Number 10. Benjamin Harrison. Born, August 20, 1833. Died, March 13, 1901. Presidential term, 1889–1893. Vice President, Levi Morton. The grandson of former President William Henry Harrison, Benjamin Harrison's economic policies are believed to have contributed to the Panic of 1893. Number 9. Chester A. Arthur. Born, October 5, 1829. Died, November 18, 1886. Presidential term, 1881–1885. Vice President, none. Arthur is one of only a handful of American leaders who did not win a presidential election at the top of his party's ticket. Number 8. Herbert Hoover. Born, August 10, 1874. Died, October 20, 1964. Presidential term, March 4, 1929 to March 4, 1933. Vice President, Charles Curtis. Hoover was known as a poor communicator who fueled trade wars and exacerbated the Great Depression. Number 7. John Tyler. Born, March 29, 1790. Died, January 18, 1862. Presidential term, April 4, 1841 to March 4, 1845. Vice President, none. He was a stalwart defender of slavery who abandoned his party's platform once he was president. Number 6. Millard Fillmore. Born, January 7, 1800. Died, March 8, 1874. Presidential term, July 9, 1850 to March 4, 1853. Vice President, none. He backed the Compromise of 1850 that delayed the Southern secession by allowing slavery to spread. Number 5. William Henry Harrison. Born, February 9, 1773. Died, April 4, 1841. Presidential term, March 4, 1841 to April 4, 1841. Vice President, John Tyler. Delivering the longest inaugural address in U.S. history, he came down with pneumonia that made his 30-day presidency the shortest in U.S. history. Number 4. Warren G. Harding. Born, November 2, 1865. Died, August 2, 1923. Presidential term, March 4, 1921 to August 2, 1923. Vice President, Calvin Coolidge. Harding was an avid golfer and poker player whose administration is perhaps best remembered for its litany of corruption and scandals. Number 3. Franklin Pierce. Born, November 23, 1804. Died, October 8, 1869. Presidential term, March 4, 1853 to March 4, 1857. Vice President, William R. King. Pierce's fervor for expanding the borders, thereby adding several slave states, helped set the stage for the Civil War. Number 2. Andrew Johnson. Born, December 29, 1808. Died, July 31, 1875. Presidential term, April 15, 1865 to March 4, 1869. Vice President, none. Johnson survived impeachment after opposing Reconstruction initiatives, including the 14th Amendment No. 1. James Buchanan. Born, April 23, 1791. Died, June 1, 1868. Presidential term, March 4, 1857 to March 4, 1861. Vice President, John Breckinridge. He refused to challenge either the spread of slavery or the growing bloc of states that became the Confederacy. Not ranked, Donald Trump. Born, June 14, 1946. Inauguration, January 20, 2017. Vice President, Mike Pence. Trump was not included in the U.S. News rankings, but that hasn't stopped some historians from wondering where he will rank among America's best and worst in the White House. Dishonorable mentions: George W. Bush, tied with Zachary Taylor for 11th worst. Richard Nixon, 15th worst. Jimmy Carter, 18th worst. Gerald Ford, 19th worst. Conclusion: were these really America's worst presidents? Thank you. Subscribe Short Story Studios for real Top 10 of America.